If you studied design, if you practiced design, Paul Rand was revered. He was the father of graphic design in IBM. With many things with Paul, when he would talk about his thinking and rationale and observations, you were amazed. I mean, I was amazed. I mean, he really looked at things, very, very differently or a much more detailed way. Graphic design was a form of visual communications to Paul. So he would say, what's the problem we're solving? Meaning, what is it we're trying to communicate, with whatever it is we're designing? And he would work, to really do that in the simplest, most straightforward way, with tremendous amount of subtlety to what was captured in his design, and often with a lot of wit and charm and playfulness as well. And to do that in the simple forms and the simple designs that he created is really, really hard. Much like the IBM logo, he designed that first as a solid. He was never particularly comfortable with it because of the weight of the letters and the imbalance of the three letters. And he used to say, it's da, 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 da. Meaning, the I was the thinnest weight, the B was the medium weight, and then the M had the thickest, heaviest weight, visual weight. He played around with the stripes of the logo and variations of the stripes of the logo for probably 10 years before he settled on what ended up being what is now the official 8-bar logo. He always said that a great piece of design catches your attention with a certain amount of surprise. The Rebus artwork that he created for IBM is a great example of his playfulness and his ability to take, this notion of IBM and turn it into a piece of art that symbolizes IBM, but in such a playful way. Again, building a rationale behind it around IBM's, vision of the I, the industrialness of the B, the solid strength and, solidity of the M. So, yeah, he could do that. And if you look through countless samples of his work, you see that. He didn't give people design options. He gave you what he felt was his recommendation, a single piece of work. And that's very uncommon, especially today. Paul didn't want to hear you didn't like it. He'd say, you hired me to do it. I'm telling you this is what you should use. What I would hear from executives or comms team is, we don't like this. And I couldn't go back and tell Paul that, so I'd have to make up a rationale that said, the brief we gave you, I'd put it on myself. The brief we gave you wasn't good, let me explain. And I'd make up something that would get him to change. And he would willingly change the design if he felt. He'd say, well, why didn't you know that? Of course, yeah, we got to fix it, But if you said they don't like blue, his answer would be tough. They bought blue. People use the word genius, but for me, he was the one genius that I'd have to say I had the honor of having some contact with. He was a genius of design.